Hi you guys, welcome to Maternity Monday. We are updating our 12 weeks. Yes, I am at 12 weeks. I'm almost out of my first trimester. The first trimester ends at 13 weeks, and they say that's when you start feeling like a lot more energy and a lot more like yourself. And I think that that's starting to return. A lot of you guys have asked how I'm feeling, and honestly, I haven't thrown up. I haven't been super sick. I get nauseous at nights and maybe in the morning if I don't eat. If I don't get something in my body like an orange or an apple or something small, then I for sure start to feel it. But other than that, I've been really lucky and haven't gotten super sick. So knock on wood, hopefully that lasts until 13 weeks. But other than that, I'm feeling great. We just had an ultrasound last week and we got to see our baby, and there was only one little babe in there. For some reason I was like, we're gonna have two. We're for sure having two, because when you're on fertility drugs, they say that it increases your chances. And so for some reason I was convinced that I was having two, and even Colette was like, I feel it. I feel like you're having twins. But nope, just one little healthy baby, and I'm gonna put the video right here so you guys can see this little magic bean jumping around. There was a lot of energy and the heartbeat was healthy. You could see both valves were beating, and she said beating fast, which is good, but they were both sides were working, which was really cool to see. Cooper got to come with us, and that was really special. So so for those of you who are asking how I'm feeling, I feel really great. Okay, so for food cravings this week, I know it seems weird just like week to week, but you do go through weekly or daily or minute cravings. A lot of fruit. I love grapes, orange juice. I've been loving like juices, grape Gatorade, grape Capri Suns, which is really funny, and they're not the most healthy, but better than soda. And I haven't been craving soda, which is really good because you're only supposed to have small amounts of caffeine when you're pregnant. And the thought of drinking like soda just doesn't get me excited like it used to. So soda, none of that. But other than that, nothing like too crazy yet. The other day I craved just like chicken wings from Buffalo Wild Wings, and Jackson was like, who are you? But I've always loved those. So we are going to just jump right into the baby. Baby is the size of a lime. She is about 2 inches big, and I haven't weighed myself for a couple of weeks just because I feel like that might mess with me, and I don't really want to care. I want to try my hardest to be healthy, but I don't want to like focus on that so much because pregnancy is so different, and it's been 9 years since I was pregnant with Cooper, and I was way smaller to begin with when I got pregnant with Cooper. I was probably like 105, 110 pounds when I got pregnant with Cooper, and this time around I weighed a lot more getting pregnant. So I don't know, I'm just not weighing myself. I did go on a run today. I'm gonna try to start running just like a mile or a couple miles a day and try to do that 5 times a week. I think that will just help keep me in shape for the actual birthing process, as well as after, helping me snap back into being healthy. And really it's about health for your baby and for you, and doing what's best. So that's as far as working out goes. I lifted weights like maybe 2 to 3 times a week, nothing heavy, really light in the weight, just higher reps, and just trying to keep my heart rate down. But then I'm like, am I out of shape or is my heart rate getting up? So I'm trying to monitor that. So yeah, baby is the size of a lime. I am 12 weeks and feeling really excited and great. I don't really have a bump yet. A lot of you wanted a bump picture, like an update. I feel like I'm not, like my belly's not going out. I'm just getting like my hips, my waistline that was like in is now filling out and on my back a little bit. So it's kind of like getting blockier. So hopefully one of these days it will just kind of poke out. It's harder for me to suck my stomach in. Like I can't quite do that. Not all of my skinny jeans fit anymore, but for the most part, you can't really tell. It just kind of looks like I got a little extra loving going on, but I'm okay with that. So as soon as we have an official bump, I will for sure show you guys. I was just gonna hop right into questions just because there's so many good ones and ones I really wanted to answer. So the first one comes from Easton Dokes. She asks, will you vlog the birth? So I'm trying to figure out who we could have in the room that would be okay with vlogging the birth. I literally originally asked, you guys might be surprised by this, Logan, my little brother, just because I feel like it would be a really cool thing for him to experience. And in the birthing rooms, they're not small. It's not like he has to be down by my hoo-ha, just like experiencing everything. He could be up behind my shoulder and just kind of getting, I just want those really classic shots when they, like the baby first comes out and like my reaction and Jackson's reaction and them handing the baby to Jackson. I don't want obviously any of that. I just want those moments where the baby enters the room and Jackson gets to see the baby, I get to see the baby, they hand it to me for the first time. And I don't feel like Logan's been in anybody's births. So I don't know. I asked Logan and he just kind of was like, well, I could set up some tripods around the room and then maybe just head out. But I really, really, really want to get it on camera and vlog it. I just obviously can't do it. Jackson, I don't want to rely on him because he needs to be focused in there. So I'm trying to think. I mean, I would ask, like, Casey hates hospitals. Shay would be a great sport about it, but I don't know. I want it to be kind of like intimate in the room and not a lot of people in there. Kaylee said she really wants to be there, so maybe I could ask Kaylee and she wouldn't be weirded out by that. So I don't know. We need to find a camera guy for our birth. Somebody we obviously feel comfortable with and that won't freak them out. Sorry, Logan. But yes, we are going to vlog the birth and I'm excited for that. At Just Sav144 asks, if it's a boy, what are the name ideas? And if it's a girl, what are the name ideas? Okay, so for the rest of the like 40 weeks, you guys are always welcome to leave us name suggestions, but it's one thing I'm not gonna ever give away is names. Sorry. Mum's the word, just not gonna do it. At SmileZ with Katie asks, what is one thing you hope to do different with this pregnancy than you did with Cooper? I think mostly just enjoy being pregnant and the changes that come along. You know, I was 20 when I was pregnant with Cooper, and so your just mind is in a different place and I was just so young and I didn't realize what a miracle it is, and I'm just excited to have a partner that supports me and that's gonna be there the entire time. And it really kind of feels like it's my first, just because it's been so long and I'm in such a different place in my life that I'm so excited to see like Cooper's reaction and Jackson's reaction and just how we're all gonna come together as a family unit. I think it'll just be really special. So I guess something I'm gonna try to do different is just really try to take in all the moments, document it as much as possible. I wish I had pregnancy pictures of me before, but I think I remember I was just like, this is gross, I'm so fat, what I thought, and so I never took pictures. And now looking back hindsight, I'm like, I should have taken so many more pictures. I want to see what I looked like. So I'm kind of sad about that. At Alice Lynn Thomas asks, tummy shot. Also, are you going to stick with names starting with C, or are you not into that? I think it's pretty cute. So we talked about the bump. Don't really have one of those yet. Really excited for the day when it pops out. Name things, we were maybe thinking about doing either J or C names. And this is maybe giving you guys too much information, but now where we've gotten to a list where we're like agreeing on names, nothing's sticking in a pattern, so probably not. We're gonna probably break outside that tradition. At Caitlin7447 asks, birth plan ideas. I mean, it's still pretty early. I'm always amazed by those women who go naturally. I don't think I'm gonna be one of those women. I didn't go naturally with Cooper. I was in labor for 24 hours and I ended up getting an epidural. I didn't have to get a C-section, which was nice. So I figure this time around, I don't know, because when I was pregnant with Cooper, I was induced, meaning they put me into labor at 40 weeks. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens when that time comes around, but it's still kind of early. I haven't thought about that yet, but a really good question, a really good thing for me to think about. At Cassie Ireland, this is a good question. She asks, do you know who you want in the room when giving birth? I'm more social. Jackson's more like he wants it really private, like just me and him, but I figure we're gonna have more than one baby, and so I think for the first it would be kind to invite Jackson's mom because it's like her first grandbaby experience. I know, she's so sweet and she's like, Cooper's my grandbaby, and of course he is, that counts, but you know, this is Jackson's first baby, and so maybe Jackson's mom and then my mom. Kaylee actually, like I said, she said she really wanted to be there because she wasn't for Cooper, and so I don't know, we'll see. But I'm all about having family out in the hall as soon as baby's born. They can come in. You're just so distracted anyways that you don't notice there could be an entire football arena and you wouldn't know. But I don't know, those are the ideas. Those who I'm thinking would maybe probably want to be in the room. At Kelly B Fan asks, how is Cooper feeling about the pregnancy? he's really excited. He asks me every day how I'm feeling, and if I ever ask him to help me, not out of the norm, just like, hey Coop, will you go grab my phone? He'll be like, oh, is it because of the baby? I'm just always like, it's because of the baby. No, I'm too lazy, I don't want to go get my phone. But he's really, really helpful and supportive, and he's really excited. Okay, at the Hodgepodge asks, if you have a boy, will you please name him Wells? I'm done having kids and love that name. So Wells Wood is, we have to think about the last name and how it sounds, and I kind of like when names like the little alliteration in a name, Wells Wood, so that's kind of cool. I like it. Maybe we'll add that to our list. Jennifer, I like. At Ellie Mae Ireland asks, when you start decorating the nursery, will you go neutral colors or specific pink and blue? We're for sure going to do a gender reveal video, and we're for sure finding out what we're having. Like as soon as we can find out what we want to have. I'm a planner. You guys know I love decorating and styling, and so for sure when we know what we're having, I want to come up with a theme and kind of maybe hire somebody to help me. Then that way it won't be overwhelming and we can do the room how I really want to do it. There's this girl that I follow on Instagram. Her name's Mandy Goobler, and she does insane amazing room decoration and like renovation, so maybe I could team up with her. We should all tweet her and say, hey, Carly wants you to do her nursery. That way I can like give her my ideas and she can draw it out. But I for sure like want to do something with that's like elaborate and very styled, and you know, just really make it their room. So that's something I'm really excited for, is doing the nursery, and once we find out boy or girl, then we'll like go in that direction. Oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to mention this. So last question, at Marved OY asks, birth plans, what to expect for Cooper to be in the delivery room. I totally forgot. Cooper, of course, 100% wants to be in the room. His biggest fear though is that I'm gonna scream. He just like keeps talking about like any appointment we go to or anytime we're at the hospital, he's like, are you gonna scream, mom? Mom, are you gonna scream? I think he has in his mind like those videos or like that Hollywood scene of like the woman that's like, woo! Like screaming bloody murder, and so he's so terrified that I'm gonna be screaming because he can't stand to like see me get upset or get in pain, and so he's just terrified of that. And I was like, bud, I didn't even swear when I had Cooper. I didn't even swear one time. I didn't scream. I did cry. I'm a crier, and I threw up a lot. The medicine made me so sick. But I am pretty tolerable with pain. I grew up with Shay and Casey, who are super rough on me. I've gone through multiple surgeries. I've like cut open my wrist and my face, and I was always getting like battled and wounded when I was little. And so I have actually like a really high pain tolerance. So not that it makes childbirthing any easier, because it freaking is really hard, but I'm not like, I can't scream. I can't even, if I get scared, I don't scream. I like hold my breath, or I'll be like, oh, shh, and I'll swear, but I don't scream. So Cooper wants to be in the room. He just is terrified of me screaming. Long story short, oh my gosh. Okay, let's go one more question and then we will wrap this up. A lot of you guys are just asking if we know what we're having, if we're going to find out, and yes, because we really want to find out, and we want to come up with a cool gender reveal idea. So we're trying to like think of something like that right now. And then I think the last question, at Haley Holton asks, do you want a boy or girl? Sometimes I really want a boy. I'd be okay with that. Being around Dax and Winston, I love how cute they are with their moms, and little boys are just fun, and I think it would be so great for Cooper to have a little brother. I know he would love that. But of course, a part of me is like, I really want a girl just because I have all brothers and I already have a boy. So I feel like I'd be in safety if I had a girl, because then I wouldn't care what I had after that. As long as I get one girl, then I won't care. So I don't know, I'm pretty torn. A lot of people think we're having a girl. I kind of feel like I'm having a girl, and the Chinese calendar said I'm having a girl. But I don't know, maybe we'll have a little boy. So anyways, thanks for hanging out for Maternity Monday. As far as products go, the only thing I'm using different than I used last week was the Burt's. I switched over to the Burt's Bees Mama Belly Oil. And I'm on the hunt for a good bra, some good leggings, and I think that's it. So when I get some of those, I'm gonna feature them on the show and we can talk more about them, because all my jeans are getting a little tighter and I want some stretchy pants. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, watching Maternity Monday. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out, and I love you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye, you guys.